Hi, the Islamic Dad here. I'm going to make a video even though I'm still dealing with COVID. I'm running a temperature, I don't know, 101, 102 at this point. Day 3 COVID, JN1 variant, not fun. Get your vaccine. So I am actually kind of excited to do this video, and the reason why is because I had stated clearly in some of my previous videos recently that I really don't want to just be making the same videos over and over like honestly all the other narcissist channels do. And I only want to make videos where I either have a new perspective or new information. And I came across something which really, hit a nerve for me because this was something that I had been aware of with my own experiences with a narcissist in my life, but I didn't know that there was an actual term for it. I didn't know the psychology behind it. I didn't know that this was something that most people do experience when dealing with narcissists. And that is what's commonly called switching or splitting, which is most commonly attributed to borderline personality disorder. But if you've ever spent time in a relationship with a narcissist, you know that they do it too. And short version is that it is exactly as it sounds, where you will be dealing with a narcissist, say in a situation, and maybe they're very congenial, pleasant, and fun to be around. Something happens and it's like someone literally hit a switch and the personality changes and they are just horrible. They're confrontational, they're antagonistic, they're negative. You can't get away quickly enough, or vice versa. Or what my understanding is with narcissistic collapse is that that's another form of splitting that happens where the person, the narcissist will have their personality that they are emulating. Let's be honest, their persona, their mask for that day. Something happens, and that switch gets hit, and they collapse, and they just fall down, and they have no energy, no interest in doing anything. There's no hope in the world. There's no point to doing anything, etc. But it just happens instantaneously, very quickly. And so, needless to say, in my own experiences, especially with my covert ex narcissist or my covert narcissist ex-girlfriend, I the one phrase that described that relationship more than any other was roller coaster. It was, and that was the nightmare. Was not that it was good, not that it was bad, but that it just would not stop. Never at any point where I'd be like, okay, this relationship is horrible. I understand that. All of a sudden it would go up. And as soon as it would go up, I'd be like, oh, this is great. I really like this. It would fall down. And that's another example of that switching or splitting. And one of the examples that I had, just read about today that, and this is what really, hit a nerve for me, was that I don't know if I've shared it specifically or explicitly on my channel, but my covert narcissist ex-girlfriend on social media would share photos of us, say, camping, or share photos of us in the park, or and it'd always be a caption of I'm so lucky, we're together, blah blah blah, the future's bright, just really positive, almost like a Hallmark card. And what I did not realize was that she had manipulated or changed the permissions on the social media so that I couldn't see what she was posting the other half of the time, which was, he's horrible, he's a liar, he's a manipulator, he's the devil, stay away from him, lock your doors, hide your children, just every bad thing conceivable. I was being called this. But I had no idea of this at the time because she had blocked the negative messages or negative posts that she was making from me on social media. So this is where it gets very strange because our social circle got to see both, and that was I'm assuming very confusing for them. I mean, I know to the people that I've spoken with it was, because what they got to see, and this is where it ties back to the video, is my ex-girlfriend, the covert narcissist, splitting day by day by day by day. And so it was basically, my boyfriend's the devil, he's horrible, oh my gosh, stay away from him, put the word out, watch out. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky, I'm so in love, we're looking at engagement rings. Does anyone have a place to recommend us having the reception? Oh my gosh, this relationship is so horrible, I'm being terrorized. Please please check in on me because I don't know, if I'm safe. Oh my gosh, we're looking at new houses because, after the marriage, we're going to consolidate our finances and get a single house, and it's going to be wonderful. Okay, take what I just, said, spread that out over 3 years of just splitting basically day by day by day. And so again, that's where it's been so strange this side of the relationship, a year out, because I've had people in our mutual social circle come up to me and be like, didn't you know that she was crazy? And I said, well, now I do. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and tell myself. And then they would say, like, well, didn't you see the stuff that she was posting online and, on social media? And I would have to explain to them, no, I didn't. She literally blocked me. And that's the thing. She blocked me not after we broke up. She blocked me while we were together. She blocked me while things were good. Again, it's one of those things where, like, I'm sure even 10, 20 years from now, I'll just be clueless as to trying to understand how the mind of a narcissist works, because so much of it seems counterintuitive and self-defeating. But, back to the topic at hand, I think that, this idea of splitting and switching, again, it's something that I think that everyone who's been in a relationship with a narcissist is familiar with. But for whatever reason, we don't really see any videos or articles about it. If you do a search for borderline, it's like right there, the top. But for narcissism, the fact that narcissists split or switch, it's something that, like, doesn't really get mentioned a lot. And I'm hoping that changes, because I know for myself that, my experience with the roller coaster, again, it was something that everyone else was familiar with, but I never read articles or saw other videos talking about that experience specifically. I mean, the way you hear people talk about narcissism, they're like, oh yeah, there's love bombing, devalue, discard. And it's like, no, that's not even close. Get on the roller coaster, strap yourself in, and hold on tight, because you're going to be on for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's going to be a lot of ups and a lot of downs. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because I think that the switching, the splitting, is an important part of the narcissistic personality disorder. And again, I think it goes back, my understanding is the whole psychology of the narcissist, and I think whole object relations, I think, where basically in the narcissist mind, something is either 100% good or 100% bad. And it gets even stranger when the narcissist uses that logic both on themselves, on who they are, but also their experience in the moment. So they might look at somebody and be like, oh, they're 100% bad today. And then tomorrow, oh, they're 100% good. Or they might be going to their favorite restaurant and they're like, oh, this is 100% good. It's my favorite restaurant. Or they go the next day and they had to wait in line for 10 minutes and all of a sudden it's 100% bad. I hate this restaurant, etc. And so the way they view other people and even their own experience is this weird black and white, just, and again, switching. And my understanding with like switching, splitting, is that it's a reaction to that. And again, like I've said, so much of the narcissist going through life is just this empty shell that's just reacting and responding to external stimulus, and there's no soul or spirit inside directing the direction. And so, something happens, they think, oh my gosh, it's 100% negative. Boom, they switch, they split, they become negative, confrontational, antagonistic, and everyone else is like, what happened? You were, this person was nice and fun, congenial, fun to be around 30 seconds ago, and now they're just so bad. I just want to grab my coat and leave. So, but yeah, hopefully this video's been helpful. Take care.